Hello, literature lovers. Today I am discussing a very far land and the area which I am talking about here, about that Frederick Douglass and his works are something which are not so very common since for people with good background and the generation we belong to are quite free and it's quite facilitating, but it's important for us to understand how, at that period of time, slaves were there and how they lived and survived. And this is the writer who was really so deeply influenced by that era, and he personally got some differences and faced that kind of situation. And that's the reason life as a slave is really talking about that nitty gritty, I can say some dirty realities of our world, that all the differences and opinions they face from the very beginning of their life. And that's the reason it's important for us to talk about it. So we, for our generation to understand that era and to understand all the things related to it is important. And his background and his life, talking about for him to understand things, to know, for a better understanding, is important. We can get things easily nowadays, but at that era and the generation, that country, that situation, that place which he used to be part of was very, very much different from now, today's scenario. And in fact, today also, I feel that racial discrimination is there, and discrimination in every part of the society is there, and we are still very, very far behind from what we can say uh, an ideal situation or something which is really unbiased. And their struggle from that slavery and their struggle, freedom struggle, is also very, very tiring and filled with despair and all the situations related to it. So some of our writers inspired them and they helped better understanding of the people, since discrimination is in every part of the society and we all are facing it one way or the other. I mean, I don't think there is anybody who has never faced any kind of discrimination from even the toppest part of the world to the most poor or non privileged part of the world. We find it in one way or the other. That can be really you won't find someone who is really privileged enough, who is not harshly treated or badly behaved. So, for how that person related to it, and in America, I can give that full credit to their President Abraham Lincoln, how he fought for their rights, even though he was assassinated because of it. But the way he struggled and the way he, being a white person, fought for that race and abolished slavery is really commendable. That's one of the reasons why he is praised and worshipped all over the world, not even in America. And I personally also give full credit. I watched that movie, many movies related to him and the way he fought for it. Although nowadays, with new researches, he was considered that he was not so much inclined for their rights, but still, he is the one who created that law and that changed the whole world. And not instantly, but really phenomenal behavior that was used, and mainly because of the work we are aware of is now because of Sir Douglas, Mr. Douglas, sorry. So I hope you can get an overview of it. Thanks.